Hey, yo, y'all hear that? So you mean to tell me y'all don't hear that? Well, riddle me this then. Listen up, I got a story to tell. Mr. If you know type Back when the banger once again, going hard with no excuses, no white flags, no peace talk, no truces. So with that being said, y'all just relax. Lay back in the Maybach. Put your mental on cruise control, and as always, watch me unload this fire, 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 fire. You under dig? So put on your seatbelt. I know. You gonna put mine on eventually. Grab your steering wheel. Oh, and ride out. But don't forget to look to your left and to your right, man. We don't need nobody crashing out. You under dig me? So let's get right into the story. But hold up, swole up. If you're watching this video and you rock with your man 50 grand, I need you to hit that like button. Leave me a comment. Share the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So let me tell you about the story, man, by this dude I met named White Boy John. Now, White Boy John, he came from a good family. But he was getting in trouble when he was on a script. And his dad told him, son, if you ever go to prison, I'm not going to write you. I'm not accepting no phone calls. I'm not sending you no money in your books. You on your own. You want to be a man, I'm going to treat you like a man. That's why when we are young teenagers or young boys, you got to enjoy your youth, because once you become grown, it's on. So as I said, White Boy John was just lectured by his dad, and his dad told him, hey, look, you go to prison, you on your own. But this the catch. White Boy John dad was the po-po. And he knew, like, if he go to prison and they find out his father, the police, he gonna have a long bid. So White Boy John ended up catching 18 months. And as soon as he got to prison, he didn't know how to adapt and adjust. And I always say that in my videos. Don't let them two words go over your head. You got to know how to adapt and adjust, no matter the circumstances, no matter the situation, and no matter the environment. So he come down there to Archery State Prison. Now, I've been to Archery 3 times. And every time I went down there, it was turned up to the max. Archery State Prison have been on TV so many times for different reasons and different seasons. So when White Boy John come down there first, when I looked at him, he just looked like a regular white guy. He might have been about 5'7", blonde hair, green eyes. Like I said, he looked regular degular to me. So he come in, and we in an open dormitory. He come in, go to his bunk. So there's always something going on in archery. Always. You got the tattoo man to your left or to your right. He got somebody in the bed, get him a tattoo. You got dudes all the way in the back. They might be playing b-ball with a rim basically on the wall that they put. You got the Mexicans back there. They got a soccer ball. And all this is going on inside the dormitory. But never let the smooth taste fool you. So when you get in, I'm observing him and the rest of the new arrivals. And I see White Boy John, he acting like he not scared. And I know he might not have been scared. Cause like I said, the atmosphere wasn't no aggressive, thugged out, wild atmosphere. It was like you might have thought it was kitty cat, but don't let the smooth taste fool you. So they put him about 4 cells. I mean, not 4 cells, 4 bunks away from where I slept at. So everybody that's new, they come in, they looking around because if you never did time, like you can tell the ones that done been to prison already. Why? Because 9 times 10 they tatted up and they have a certain aura to themselves because they know what they expect. But White Boy John, he's like I said, he's new. So after they, put their bed, put their mattress on their assigned bed, they make up their bed, put their little belongings in their locker box, and they start, moving around. So in prison, you can stay low key. It all depends on how you conduct and carry yourself. If you walk with too much pep in your step, somebody gonna think you might think you bad or you cool, and that right there alone would draw unnecessary attention to yourself. And White Boy John, he had a little, like he got a hip walk, and I just seen dudes locking on him. Not just him, it was another dude that came with him. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and say he wasn't a cool white boy because he was. But in prison, that alone right there, it could get you blackballed. Let me explain. If you are a Caucasian and you trying to quote unquote act black, you considered a what? A wigger, okay? And that's from both sides, the black side and the white side. So if you're not accepted by the blacks, you just are outcast. I hope that makes sense. Let me rephrase that. If you come to prison and you got a like a cool walk, you know what I mean? You trying to be black. The whites gonna look at you as an outcast, and if the blacks don't accept you, you are looked at as an outcast. So while he walking around the dormitory, the first thing where he messed up at, he's too friendly. In prison, you cannot be friendly. You supposed to make an energy force field to make yourself unapproachable. But again, like I said, White Boy John ain't never do time. He don't know nothing about that. So it was a couple of dudes. He first place he go to, he go stand up near the tattoo artist bunk. So the tattoo artist, he got somebody laying on the bed on his back, get him a chest plate tattoo. So he was like, "Man, what's up, dude?" He said, "Hey, man, that's a cool piece." So the tattoo man, he turned around, looked at him, and that alone right there should let White Boy John know this is not no friendly vibe, friendly atmosphere. Cause the tattoo man ain't said to him. He looked at him and went back to doing the tattoo. Because if he mess up this dude tattoo, he gonna have a problem. So the White Boy John, he stood there for maybe approximately, 2 to 6 minutes, and then he left. He go around, just trying to fill out the dorm. He leave out the back of the back. Well, I mean the back of the back. In Archery State Prison, you got, when you first come to the dormitory, you're going to have the day room part. You got bunks up there, and then you're going to have the back, which we call the back of the back. That's where all the shenanigans go down, all the bullshit, all the fights, etc., etc. So after he finished, you know, I'm going to say making his rounds, he go in the day room. Same thing. He's been extra friendly. He's saying things to his con, and then he's saying things to black guys. So I want y'all to realize something. Racism still exists. I don't care what nobody say, especially in prison. It ain't going nowhere. It's sad to say. And at this time, people stayed with their clan. You stay, like, if you was white, you stayed with white. You was black, you stayed with black. The Mexicans off top, they was chain gang before they came to prison. They, as soon as they come in, immediately they get what they con. So when he got to the day room, I noticed him talking to a dude named Tyreek. Now Tyreek, let me give you his resume. Tyreek was a person that will smooth talk you and trick you out your manhood and your livelihood if you're not careful. I'm gonna say this again. Tyreek was a person that'll smooth talk you and or trick you out your manhood and your livelihood. He came from Alto. He was a all-out bandit. But white boy John don't know none of this. So as soon as he stepped to Tyreek, you know, Tyreek seen a big V on his head, meaning victim, victim alert, victim alert. But see, one thing about Tyreek, he know who to try. And he's observed like the same way other individuals observing you when you come in the dorm. Tyreek and other bandits, they be observing too. They be observing how you walk. Remember I said at the beginning of the video, they're going to observe you. Like, people got different agendas. You know what I mean? So he's talking to Tyreek. And a person that done did time or doing time, you have a trained eye for this. And the whole while he's talking to Tyreek like this. He checking him out. And white boy John he don't realize, he don't peep it. He don't peep game. And out of everybody he tried to be friendly with, guess what? Man, Tyreek done got him caught up in the web. They up there laughing. I'm looking through the, cause I'm still in the back, laid back in the Maybach. I'm looking through the window and I just said, I'm like, man, he must don't know who the hell he talking to. You feel me? And this, where I knew it was gonna be curtains for him. Now y'all gotta understand the time. I'm a young cat saying all this. And this is a jewel I'm about to drop to y'all. And I always try to drop jewels to young cats that might go to prison. So, you know, you could say Uncle Gohard told you this so you'll know how to, you know what I mean, do time. When I seen, cause they already laughing, Tyreek, like, he's smooth with it. When I seen Tyreek, he went to, you know, they call it sizing you up. While he's laughing, he go to tapping him. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. I had to say that 2 times because I hope y'all paying attention. So once he got like white boy John, he didn't address him tapping him, because to him, it's like, man, this dude Tyreek cool as hell. Yeah, he is cool, but you don't know why he cool. So it went from the tapping to then he put his whole arm around him. Hold the fuck up. Hold up, swole up, call the National Guards. Whoa. And guess what? White boy John ain't even peeped the vibe. So it went from tapping to him, to Tyreek putting his arm around him. And this the crazy part about it. When he put his arm around him, he kept it there. I'm like, man, John he's like, man, you just don't know what you done started. So while he's standing there, and Tyreek still got his arm around him, I'm saying to myself, man, like, and the thing is, like, I gotta mind my business. I don't know. He ain't from where I'm from. He ain't none of my kind, and it's really too late. And I'm gonna tell y'all why it's too late. See, one thing about prison, right? You mind your business. You see and you don't see. Like, I done seen a lot of things in prison that I wish my eyes never seen, know what I mean? But the things that I saw, it made me sharp as a motherfucking razor blade. I know what to do and what not to do. I just know common sense. If Tyreek would have put his hands around my neck, pop, pop, poop, pop, 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 it'd have went down right then. It's going down, you know what I mean? And that's just because I like, you got to have natural instincts for certain things. But as I was saying, Tyreek and White Boy John, they are having an all-out conversation. You don't even know this cat. That's a Fendi fact. So they the officer come in. Mail call. They go to calling mail. And that's the highlight. Well, it's two highlights in prison. When they run store call and when they do mail. Because that's the only access you really have to your people that's still in the free world, unless you get visitations. So they call it mail. And, like I said, White Boy John, he just got there. Even though he just came from diagnostic through Costa. He's looking for a letter. But just like I told you at the beginning of the video, his dad told him that don't expect no support if you ever get locked up. But he still had his mom, and I think he had two sisters. So while they passing out mail, you can see John's eyes light up. He looking for a letter. Because one thing about it, a father going to be tough on you. A mother always going to be a caretaker. Like, she's not, no matter what you become, when you become a man, they always look at you as their son. You know what I mean? You could do no wrong in your mother's eyes. So they passing out mail. It's probably about like 60 pieces of mail. One dude, he might get like 5, 6 pieces. And, just the expression on his face, like, it's a happy expression. Because, again, you go to prison, and it's a jewel I'm going to drop before I finish. People forget you. I want that to sink in for a minute. Because the purpose of these videos, I'm not going to just say it's for entertainment purposes. It's to warn individuals that's still out here thinking it's cool to hug the block and do things that's not gonna help you in the long run. But I said they passing out mail, and some dudes getting more than one piece of mail, and the pile of mail getting shrinking. It was swole on swole on swole. Now it's like this. And a couple of dudes, they get money receipts. And a lot of dudes, man, like, some dudes look for a card with I love you in the card. And that help a person get by while they doing their time. A lot of dudes, they looking for money receipts because they done did what? They done ran up a tab. They owe the store man $30, $40. They owe another dude in the dorm more than that. And they hoping that they girl or whoever holding them down said they're going to send this money. Because they don't send that money, when store they come, ain't going to be nothing funny. So, I come out there. You know what I mean? I think I gotta let it call my name. Blase Squaze. So I come out there at the time, you feel me? My godma, she was holding me down. I give me a little card and a $40 money receipt. And that alone right there, little stuff like that, it changes your mood. Like however you was feeling when they call mail call, it's gonna determine whether you are in a good place mentally or you gonna get mad because your family didn't write you or whatever. But your family didn't put you here. You a man now, you gotta, you know what I mean, do man things. So I get my mail, and you can see a lot of inmates and convicts alike. You can see the disappointment in some of them face. Because again, some of them ran up a tab with the store man. Some of them old Tyreek. And, some of them just, was expecting mail and they didn't get it. So I went to talk to two dudes that I rock out with in the day room, And guess what white boy John at? He's still over there with Tyreek. Whew. So now probably like 20 minutes done passed. You done got buddy with this dude, and you don't know him from a can of paint again. So you got the white dudes in the dorm, they looking at you crazy. Because some they know what's going on. Well, no, I'm going to say all of them know what's going on. And some of them then got victimized. And that's the crazy part about it. And I hope y'all paying attention, man. I really do. You can dig yourself in a ditch. You cannot dig yourself out. Facts. And you have options. And your options are slim to none. But anyway, Tyreek and white boy John, they still over there talking. So Tyreek asked white boy John, he said, man, you hungry? And white boy John told him, yeah. Hold up, swole up. That's a no-no. Avoid the free lunch. And somebody that's watching this video, I want y'all to tell me what book that come from. That little one verse, it's more to it, but it says avoid the free lunch. I read that book a long time ago. White boy John told him, yeah, man, I'm hungry, man. When y'all go to when they call lunch? He said they probably gonna run lunch after they do a count after count time. So I said, man, you ain't gotta wait for lunch. He said, man, they probably got some bullshit anyway. So this Tyreek talking to John. They said, man, come over here in my cut. So I'm like, I'm watching this from afar. And I tapped one of my men. I said, man, look at this clown. I said, man, you see? He said, man, he's sticking his fangs in him. What I mean by that, you know how a vampire bites somebody? They fangs, they go in, know what I mean? They pierce their skin, and then they go all the way in. Boy, Tyreek got his fangs halfway in. Because you didn't know how to check it from the beginning. So they go and Tyreek cut. So he go in his locker box. And Tyreek, man, like I said, man, he was real smooth. He was a person, he knew, because it's something that he went through when he came to prison. And I got a story about that because I know Tyreek when he wasn't how he was and how he got now. But he go in his locker box. Oh man, it looked like Walmart in there. They just gave us Christmas packages, and they just did like not monthly package. We get like they get us I think like 12 pounds of stuff you can order, not off the store but for the free world. So Tyreek just got his Christmas package, his monthly package, and he went to the store. So he got his box. It's super colorful. And when you open it, it just looked like Toys R Us, Walmart, Publix, all that good stuff in one. He got everything stacked up nice and neat in his box. And he got the items to trick you. Trick him! He got the racks of cookies. He got the summer sausages next to the honey buns, you feel me? He got the different exotic bags of chips. He got I call them pops. Some other people call them sodas, you know what I mean? But he got the soda / pops. He got the peach sodas, the strawberry sodas, the grape. He got the bags, so he got the bags of Kool-Aid, and all this is set up nice and neat. So I'm like, man, what the? I'm laughing, man, because like I done seen him do this before. You dig me? So when white boy John come in the cut, he already in like Tyreek already got his fangs in him. Now he digging his fangs deeper in you. So guess what Tyreek told him? And this is another thing. I like he told him to have a seat. Man, listen. In chain game, man, you don't never sit in a person. The only way you sit in a person's bed if this is a person you know. No. If a person tell you to sit in a bed and you don't know them, you don't sit down. But again, John just not conscious and aware. He don't know what's going on. He sit down to bed. So when he sit down to bed, Tyreek sit on his not his bunkmate, because it was you got a bunkmate, you got one up top, one down low. He sit on the bed right across from him, which is a dude he done tricked out his manhood. He got a whole cut over there. And he sat there on the other dude bed. So at first, you know, John just sitting in the foot of the bed. They talking. And this is a strategy he used, speaking to Tyreek. He done offered you some food. You done sat in his bed, you dig, and he got his locker box open. He said, man, when you in my cut, he said, it's like you home, man. He said, get what you want. Whew. So he got up, went to the box, and got what he want. And it's the crazy part about it. ain't nothing free, man. Y'all got to always remember that. Ain't nothing free. He grabbed him a soda. Matter of fact, he got him 2 sodas. He got one of them. He got an icy white and a plain Jane. So that's 2 different types of honey buns. He got him a rack of cookies. He got him a bag of Doritos, some Ruffled chips. Yo, y'all give me a second, man. It's crazy. So he ended up getting about $20. So now when he sit down, he don't go back to the foot of the bed. He sit close to the head of the bed. I'm saying to myself, man, it's over with, finito. And you got the dudes right next door, because it's no personal space. You probably got about that much room. You got dude that's sleep right next to Tyreek. He's up there on the top bunk. The dude who bunk Tyreek's sitting on, he's doing something in the dormitory. So guess what I seen next? I seen Tyreek get the chain gang string. You know what I mean? Dudes take the sheets and they tie them and make a line. And then I see them next. He put the sheet up. Hold up, swole up. And you know what I mean? I'm like, whew, like, that's y'all business. So I go about my day. You feel me? Go back to the back and just, look the card my godma sent me and just chill. A little bit later on, I seen John come back. And he was happy. Like, excuse me, he really thought he found the true friend. And Tyreek ain't even do nothing to him right then. All this is debate. So when white boy John got back to his bed, he's sitting down. He studied snacking on his chips and his cookies and shit. You feel me? And other people coming up to his bunk. And he was just, he was friendly. So they see him with a little bit of chain gang money. Hey, man, what's up? They go to talking to him. So by talking, he was like, man, you want some cookies? They're like, hell yeah. So, because you got dudes, man, this ain't no laughing matter. You got dudes, man, in there, they don't have nothing to their name. Like, they got to go to chow and eat steak trays. So they sitting there eating his cookies, right? So while they munching on his store goods, one white boy, his name was Bruce. He come back there. And Bruce was chain gang. You know what I mean? He done did a bid, ain't nothing new under the sun to him. He done seen it all, done it all. And he knew about the free lunch. So I said, let me ask y'all a question. He said, yo, where you get that from? And he said, man, I got it from my friend Tyreek. Oh, man, when he said that, immediately, dude with trying to spit the food back up. They said, you got it from Tyreek. And they're like, man, I mean, white boy John like, man, what's the matter with y'all? He said, man, you don't know about Tyreek? He like, nah. He said, man, Tyreek a cool dude. Get what he said in the late great Go Hard words. That ain't this and this ain't that. They basically told him, man, homie a bandit. And he still was oblivious to what they were saying. Like, he didn't believe it. Like, man, nah, man, Tyreek a cool dude, man. So they said, all right. So he was like, man, y'all want some Kool-Aid? They were like, nah, we good. We don't want nothing else. So the same friend that came down there and went to eating his snacks up, they got the hell on. So, he laid down, you dig me, and just enjoyed his meal. So they called chow call, lunch call. Everybody go to lunch. He stayed back. I stayed back because at this time, like, I don't even like to eat prison food because, it's nasty. You know what I mean? And I got a little bit of food in my box. So I lay back in the Maybach, man, and write my godmother a letter and tell her I appreciate the $40. Just mind my business. So guess what I see come back there? That boy Tyreek. He done changed his clothes. Hold up, swole up. He done went from his state uniform. Now he come back there with some damn shorts on and a tank top. So what? Immediately I just got up. You feel me? I went to the back of the back because they had a little dice game back there. So boom, like, yo, what y'all shooting for? They were like, shit, man, we shoot a little bit, you know what I mean? So at the time, I didn't learn the craft of trick dice yet. And then I came back there empty-handed. So I'm like, y'all, hold up, I'll be right back. So I go back to my bunk, but I'm minding my business. I go back to my bunk and look, I just see Tyreek and John, they in an all-out conversation. But Tyreek got them googly eyes. He looking like, you feel me? And it's sad, bro, because John ain't peeping nothing, man. And the only thing Tyreek doing, he's baiting him up. So Tyreek wasn't nowhere near a small dude. Again, he came from Alto, and Alto and Reedsville was the two prisons that they took the weights out last. So again, Tyreek wasn't a small dude. Like, half of Tyreek make one of John, and he could easily just overpower him. But he's more of a finesser. So I go to my cut, as I said, I get me a couple of items, and I just go back to the dice game. We shoot dice. So by the time I done got a little hungry, everybody coming back from lunch. And you got dudes, man, they had that bullshit up there, as they always do. But you got some other dudes, man, they happy with the little bit that was served. I think they had this bullshit peanut butter and jelly sandwich with some type of meat. And they content, and they just happy they ate. So when they come in, everybody come back to the dice game. Dice game piped up. Dudes shooting. Like, dudes, you got some individuals, they come back to the building with pack outs. And the pack out consists of, they might give you a knockoff peanut butter sandwich, a fake bologna and cheese sandwich, an orange or apple. And some dudes bomb. Like, you can get like 2 suits for it. You got dudes coming out of the dice game and trying to put the pack out in the dice game. You know what I mean? And I'm like this. I ain't about to bet no damn pack out. You know what I mean? But anyway, dice game back there piped up. You feel me? So I'm like, man, I had hit for about like $10, $15. and I left because there was just too many people back there. Like, I shoot dice when it's like 6 to 9 people, but when it's like 20 people, and you got, like I said, the hands quicker than the eyes. You can't watch everybody hand. One dude saying bet this, the other dude saying bet that. I got bet on the back end. Like, you can't watch everybody. So, you know what I mean? I just bounce. So I get back to my bunk. So they call, prepare for a small yard. So Tyreek done brung the boy John a whole workout outfit. Like, man. And again, he is oblivious to what's going on. White boy John go in the bathroom. Tyreek going there with him. So now Tyreek is telling everybody to hold up for a minute, let his friend change his clothes. And I'm saying to myself, man, this dude John just don't know what's going on, man. So he go back there, put his clothes on, and they go outside. So they call a small yard, and then they go outside. So he out there, him and old Tyreek, they working out. You know, I go play basketball. And I just like, it's sad, bro, because like, you don't even know you are Tyreek personal items or belongings now, and you don't even know that, and it's sad. So, you know, I play ball, you know what I mean? John and Tyreek, they over there, you know what I mean, working out. And this is where the crazy stuff happens. Again, you don't never allow another grown man to touch you in prison. They trying you. And I'm telling this for anybody that ever go to prison. Never, ever let another grown man touch you. That's a no-no. If they do, you better pop off right then. So now they over there, he's spotting them doing pull-ups. I'm saying to myself, man, like, yo, this not gonna turn out good. Then they doing sit-ups. So after they, you know, get their workout in, man, John just totally oblivious what's going on. So they end yard call. Next day come. And they call, mail call again. Same thing, same routine. When they call mail call, half of the dormitory, they're gonna go over there. And some dudes, they got worration in their eyes because they owe people in the dorm. Some of them owe Tyreek. Some of them owe people that don't play with their money. Like I always stress, money on the board make it all good. Money to sight cause a fight. If you know you ain't got your money coming, or your people don't honor their word, if they say, hey, look, I'm gonna send you the money. If they can't stand on that, don't go getting items. Like, don't, as they say, don't spend your money before you get your money. You underdig me? And that's what a lot of dudes do. So like I said, they call it mail call. And John get a letter. It's from his mom. And you know, I don't know exactly what the letter said, but I'm quite sure she basically, you know what I mean, telling them how much she miss them, love them, whatever, whatever. But as I was telling y'all at the beginning of this story, John's father was a police. And his mom was telling him, you know, like his mom, she was aware. She was telling him, like, stay to yourself. Don't be letting nobody know your business. And you could just see how happy he was when he got the letter. So he over there on his bunk reading the letter, smiling from ear to ear. Guess who come back there? Old Tyreek. He come back there. And he sit straight down on John's bed. He don't ask for permission to sit down because he already know, like, he know what he doing. He testing the water. So he done befriend him. He done befriend John. He said, hey, man, who wrote you? He said, man, my mom wrote me. He said, okay. So now you done let this man know that your mom wrote you. That's personal information. That, like, it's certain thing you just don't discuss. Like, if I get a letter from my people, I wish somebody would come ask me who wrote me. They're gonna have a problem. But again, John don't know what's going on. So he's reading the letter out loud. Like instead of reading it, like, this is personal, like, intel that's between you and your mom. He's reading the letter out loud because it's just him, Tyreek, and his bunkmate. He's asleep. He's not paying attention. And his mom was saying in the letter that don't let nobody know that your dad is the police. So when he was reading the letter, his dad already told him before he came to prison, but while he was sitting in the county jail, don't let nobody know what's what. Now your mom telling you in the letter, don't let nobody know your dad the police. But as he's reading the letter, when he got to the sentence, when his mom was saying, don't let nobody know your father the police, Tyreek heard it. So now, Tyreek got one up on you. He know your personal business. So, until next time, until next story, you got to know I'm coming with part 2, man. You got to know that. That's a Fendi fact, man. I'll be back. Until then, salute.